Bangkok, the night was electric. The lights, the screams, the heat of the crowd, it all collided into a single moment that no one could have predicted. On the final night of Blackpink's Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3, something extraordinary happened. A performance so flawless, so emotionally charged, that even Zayn Malik, the notoriously reserved former One Direction member, couldn't stay silent. In a recent international interview, Zayn was asked which live performance impressed him the most this year. Without hesitation, he said, "JISOO from Blackpink. The Bangkok show, it was perfect. You can't fake that kind of presence." Those words were enough to send shockwaves through the music world. Within hours, hashtags like #ZaynOnJisoo, #JisooPerfectPerformance, and #Deadline World Tour Day 3 began trending globally. The clip of Zayn's interview spread across platforms, racking up millions of views in a matter of hours. Fans everywhere, both Blinks and Directioners, agreed on one thing: when Zayn Malik calls something perfect, he means it. JISOO's performance that night in Bangkok was unlike anything the audience had seen before. She emerged from the stage haze in a glimmering white gown, her expression calm yet magnetic. The first notes of Flower echoed through Rajamangala Stadium, and the entire crowd fell silent. Her movements were slow, deliberate, graceful. Every glance, every breath, every syllable felt like it carried weight. As she reached the chorus, the stage visuals shifted, petals falling in slow motion, dissolving into the air. It was more than choreography, it was storytelling. The performance wasn't loud or flashy. It was subtle, precise, emotional, and it was impossible to look away. When the last note faded, there was a moment of silence. Tens of thousands of fans stood still before erupting into screams that filled the night sky. That silence, according to those who were there, was the real magic of the moment, the quiet before the storm of applause, the heartbeat of perfection itself. 2 days later, Zayn Malik's comment made headlines across major entertainment outlets. According to insiders from the magazine that interviewed him, Zayn had watched clips of JISOO's Bangkok performance several times before the interview. He reportedly admired her emotional restraint, her control, and the sincerity she projected through every lyric. In a leaked audio snippet from the recording session, Zayn was heard saying, "It reminded me of performing Let Me Live, when every lyric feels like a heartbeat. She's in control, but still raw. That's rare." Critics began dissecting his statement, calling it a seal of artistic approval. Music analysts across Asia and Europe agreed, the Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 wasn't just a concert, it was a declaration. JISOO had transcended the idol image and stepped fully into the realm of artistry. Major publications ran features with headlines like "Zayn Malik praises JISOO's perfect performance" and "Blackpink's Deadline Bangkok Night becomes global benchmark." Fans flooded timelines with side-by-side edits of Zayn's stage moments and JISOO's Bangkok performance, pointing out their shared intensity and elegance. Both artists, they said, command silence, not by force, but by presence. After the show, JISOO posted a single photo on Instagram, taken from behind the stage, with just a white heart and a flower emoji as her caption. Within an hour, millions had liked the post. Comment sections were filled with a single sentence repeated endlessly: "Zayn was right." The Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 quickly became more than just the final night of Blackpink's tour. It became a cultural event, a symbol of how far K-pop artistry has evolved. The performance was replayed endlessly online, with countless fans commenting that they'd never seen a crowd so quiet during a solo stage, proof that JISOO's emotional control had mesmerized everyone in attendance. Speculation also began swirling online. Fans noticed that Zayn had recently followed a music video director known for working with Blackpink in the past. Could a collaboration be on the horizon? Neither artist has confirmed anything, but the idea alone sent both fandoms into overdrive. Music critics say JISOO's Deadline performance redefined what it means to be a global pop artist. It wasn't about vocal fireworks or choreographic spectacle, it was about feeling. It was about telling a story through restraint and elegance. In a world obsessed with noise, JISOO chose silence, and it worked. Zayn's words added legitimacy to what fans already believed. JISOO has grown into one of the most captivating performers of her generation. His statement became not just a compliment, but a recognition, a passing of the torch from one global icon to another. Today, months after the performance, the conversation hasn't faded. Each time a clip of JISOO's Deadline Bangkok Day 3 performance resurfaces, fans still comment the same phrase, "It was perfect." And perhaps that's the beauty of it. Perfection isn't always about hitting the highest note or delivering the biggest dance break. Sometimes, it's about stillness. Sometimes, it's about control. And on that stage in Bangkok, JISOO embodied both. From London to Seoul, from Rajamangala Stadium to millions of screens around the world, one truth remains: JISOO's performance didn't just impress Zayn Malik, it reminded the world why Blackpink's artistry continues to dominate global stages. Zayn said it best, "It was perfect." And for anyone who witnessed that night, it truly was. If you agree that JISOO's performance deserves to be remembered as one of Blackpink's greatest moments, share your thoughts, spread the word, and let the world know. Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 wasn't just a concert. It was history. In the days that followed Zayn Malik's statement, global entertainment outlets couldn't stop talking about it. Major publications in the US, the UK, Korea, and Thailand dissected every word, every possible layer of meaning behind Zayn's perfect performance comment. Analysts compared his tone during the interview with past statements about artists he respected, like Adele, The Weeknd, and Sia, and noted how his expression changed when he said JISOO's name. Calm. Thoughtful. Genuinely impressed, music reporters from Seoul to Los Angeles began calling it the Zayn effect. When a global artist like Zayn Malik acknowledges another performer, it often signals a shift in perception, an unofficial stamp of respect from one perfectionist to another. Fans began to speculate whether Zayn's comment was spontaneous or if he had been following JISOO's solo journey all along. Within a week, streaming numbers for JISOO's Flower began climbing again, reaching new peaks across platforms. YouTube comments filled with new listeners from around the world, people who had never followed K-pop but were now curious. Many of them wrote the same line, "I came here because of Zayn Malik, and now I understand why he said it was perfect." The ripple effect was undeniable. Fashion magazines praised JISOO's calm elegance, calling her the epitome of modern artistry. Meanwhile, several industry insiders confirmed that JISOO's agency had received multiple collaboration offers from Western producers shortly after the Bangkok performance aired online. Some even hinted that Zayn's management team had made friendly contact, though nothing has been confirmed. At the same time, fan communities noticed something else. In the days after Zayn's comment went viral, his Spotify playlist was quietly updated. Among his usual mix of R&B and soul tracks, one song appeared, Flower by JISOO. Screenshots spread instantly, turning the internet into a frenzy. Was it coincidence? A gesture of respect? Or a hidden message from one artist to another? Social media erupted again. TikTok edits flooded the feed, slow-motion clips of JISOO's performance set to Zayn's pillow talk, and vice versa. Fans called it the art of silence meets the voice of control. YouTubers released breakdown videos analyzing Zayn's body language in the interview, searching for signs of deeper admiration. One viral comment summed it up perfectly: Zayn doesn't compliment easily. If he says it's perfect, you listen. But beyond the buzz and theories, something more profound happened. Artists from across Asia began discussing the significance of Zayn's words. In an industry often dominated by visual spectacle, JISOO's performance had reminded everyone that subtlety could still move millions. She didn't need fireworks or a high note that broke the ceiling, just grace, emotion, and honesty. Even several Western artists began to comment. A well-known British producer tweeted, "Zayn was right. I watched JISOO's Bangkok performance, minimal, emotional, flawless control. That's world-class stagecraft." The tweet racked up hundreds of thousands of likes in hours. Meanwhile, in Korea, entertainment analysts discussed how the Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 marked a defining moment for JISOO's career. She had always been praised for her visuals and calm demeanor, but now she was being recognized for her artistry. A performance that was once meant to close a world tour had become the spark that reignited her global presence. Inside Blackpink's fandom, Blinks began to refer to that night as the Deadline Miracle. For many, it wasn't just about JISOO being perfect, It was about seeing a member of their beloved group transcend the limits of what an idol is expected to be. Videos comparing her growth from debut to that moment flooded YouTube. The top comment under one fan compilation read, "She started as the quiet one, and now the world is quiet for her." Months later, JISOO's Bangkok performance is still trending on global charts, with fans revisiting it during every major music event. Even after Blackpink's tour concluded, clips from Deadline Day 3 continued to resurface, each time pulling in millions of new views. As for Zayn Malik, he has remained silent since that interview. But silence, as both artists have proven, can speak louder than words. His comment still echoes across fandoms, and every time someone replays JISOO's performance, those same 4 words come back to life: "It was perfect. Truly perfect." Whether or not a collaboration ever happens, the moment itself has already made history. 2 artists from different worlds, one from the heart of K-pop, the other from global pop royalty, connected through mutual respect for the craft. And maybe, in that fleeting moment, music once again did what it does best: unite people, break barriers, and remind the world what true artistry looks like. From the glowing stage in Bangkok to studios in London and hearts across the internet, JISOO's performance has become more than just a memory, it's now a legend, and legends, as history always shows, never fade. Weeks passed, yet the echo of Zayn Malik's words refused to fade. Every entertainment outlet continued to replay that single sentence: "It was perfect." It became a headline, a meme, a mantra among fans who now saw JISOO not just as a K-pop idol, but as an artist who had crossed the invisible boundary between East and West. Critics described the Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 as a cultural reset. Commentators on BBC, Rolling Stone Asia, and Billboard agreed that the combination of precision and vulnerability JISOO displayed was something rarely seen in pop music today. One article even stated, "If Zayn Malik was the voice of raw control, JISOO is now the face of refined emotion." Meanwhile, in online communities, discussions turned almost poetic. Fans wrote essays, threads, and mini-documentaries analyzing her tone, her breath control, the subtle quiver in her voice during the final chorus. They called it the JISOO effect, a quiet revolution born from Grace in Seoul. Her agency reportedly received calls from several major award organizers, asking for permission to feature footage of the Bangkok performance during upcoming global ceremonies. Industry insiders whispered that JISOO might be nominated for Best Live Performance of the Year on multiple international platforms, but perhaps the most powerful sign came from Zayn himself. One night, during an Instagram live session, a fan asked him about his favorite concert performance again. Zayn smiled briefly, looked down, and replied softly, "Still JISOO. Some things just stay with you." That brief moment reignited the frenzy. Twitter exploded once more, TikTok edits returned to the top of For You pages, and YouTube's algorithm resurrected every video related to that legendary Bangkok stage. JISOO, however, remained calm and graceful. She didn't address the hype, didn't mention Zayn's comment again. Instead, she continued her work quietly, as if perfection never needed to be spoken about, it just existed, and that's how Deadline World Tour Bangkok Day 3 transformed from a concert into an eternal story, one that reminded the world that sometimes, true power lies not in how loud you are, but in how deeply you move the world without even trying.